Hi everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Radical Red Solos. The goal of this series is to solo every single boss fight in Radical Red 4.1 with just one Pokemon. Today we're fighting Brendan and Lieutenant Surge, and if you just want to skip to those battles, there's going to be some timestamps in the description. But first, I'd like to do a quick breakdown of Brendan's team and the Pokemon that we'll be using. So Brendan has a Loudred, a Lunatone, a Crawdaunt, and a Grovyle. The hardest thing about this fight is that there's a Focus Sash on the Crawdaunt. So the way we get around that is with multi-hit moves. So today we're using Leafeon. It has Bullet Seed, which hits 2 to 5 times. And with a Miracle Seed, we also boost our grass type damage by 20%. We also importantly outspeed everything with Leafeon. So on the first turn, we can go for Bullet Seed onto the Loudred. It'll KO it if we get at least 3 hits. So we do need to get a bit lucky. And then the Lunatone comes in, we kill it with just 2 hits of Bullet Seed. And then the Crawdaunt should come in, and we KO it with 2 hits of Bullet Seed as well, but there are a couple rolls where we miss the KO, so we might need to get lucky once again and hit 3 times. Last but not least is the Grovyle. Grovyle is definitely scary because it has Rock Tomb, which can drop our speed. So normally we outspeed the whole team, but if it goes for Rock Tomb, then the Lunatone will outspeed us. Thankfully, we'll still outspeed the Crawdaunt though. And then it also has Aerial Ace, which is super effective damage, but since Leafeon has such high defense, we shrug off an Aerial Ace, and then if the Crawdaunt lives 2 hits from Bullet Seed, we will also live a knockoff after an Aerial Ace. And then it has Aqua Jet, which might pick us off, but we have Quick Attack, and Quick Attack is able to move before Aqua Jet since they're in the same priority tier and will be faster. The last thing I forgot to mention is that we do have Jump Kick, and Jump Kick 2-hit KOs the Grovyle despite having Citrus Berry recovery, so I think this fight should go pretty smoothly. But let's see how it goes, so let's just cut to the battle. Alright, let's fight Brendan now. Really hoping for those 3 hits of Bullet Seed on the Loudred. We'll see how it goes. Okay. Definitely nervous about this fight because there's a lot of things that could go wrong. The other thing I didn't mention in the breakdown too is that Jump Kick from Leafeon, I think is 95% accurate. So we can miss that, and then the other thing is if you do miss, you take 50% of recoil damage, and yeah, that would definitely just end the battle. So, all right, let's hope for 3 hits. Here's 1, 2, just 2 times. Okay, that's a reset. Be right back. Okay, let's try again. If this doesn't go well, I think I'm going to cut it and then keep trying and then just have a reset counter. Hopefully it doesn't take too many though. Let's see. Bullet Seed. Come on, 2. Yes, we got 3. Okay, great. So now Lunatone. No, okay, it's Grovyle. Huh. It can go for Aerial Ace, but it won't do too much, and Jump Kick 2-hit KOs. So I think we're fine. Okay. That does great damage. Aerial Ace, there it is. Okay, now we have to hit another Jump Kick, which is so scary. Yeah, 95 accurate. Nice, we connect. Whew. Good stuff. Lunatone, we outspeed, and we should KO with just 2 hits of Bullet Seed. Ooh, that's really close. Come on. Nice, we got it. Whew. Yeah, using moves like Bullet Seed and stuff is really nerve-wracking. And now just a Crawdaunt. We should live an attack even if the 2 hits fails to get the KO. So let's see. Break the Focus Sash, and the second hit connects. Ooh, we missed a KO though. Oh, nice, we got 3 hits though. Leafeon came in clutch. Let's go. Okay, and that's the Brendan fight. Leafeon is so cool. Especially in this game, it got a lot of buffs. It gets like a physical type move that heals you. Kind of like Giga Drain, but just physical, yeah. Like, I didn't know that until I looked it up. So it's really cool. Leafeon looks pleased. Yay, you did a good job. Okay, so now we're ready to take on Lieutenant Surge, and I'm going to do a breakdown for that. Okay, so now I'm going to do a quick breakdown of the fight against Lieutenant Surge, but again, if you do want to just skip to the battle, there's going to be some timestamps in the description. So, Lieutenant Surge has a Pincurchin, a Vikavolt, a Bellibolt, a Palma, and a Mega Manectric. The first thing I noticed about this team is that it doesn't have much setup in terms of offense. Like, there's no Swords Dance or Nasty Plots or anything of the sort. So that means that we can set up defensively pretty easily. So today we're going to be using Clefable. It has Cosmic Power, which boosts its defense and special defense by 1 stage. And we outspeed the Pincurchin, so we're able to set up right away. And we're also able to get to +6. However, we will take a good amount of damage. So that's why we have Wish, which heals us by 50% of our HP. And once we are set up to +6, we are going to take hits super well. We're going to be basically an unbreakable wall. And once we are that unbreakable wall, we have Stored Power, which increases by 20 base power every single time we get a stat boost. And it starts off at 20. So with 6 stat boosts in both defenses, that's 12. 12 times 2 is 24. So I don't know if there's a cap to the stored power base power, but if there isn't, then we'll have a 260 base power move to hit everything with, and that'll pretty much 2-hit KO everything. And then last but not least, we have Draining Kiss, which will 2-hit KO the Palma and let us heal back even more. So yeah, the scariest thing about this fight is just getting crit, because if a Pokemon gets a critical hit, it'll ignore any defense boosts on the other opposing side. So we would take a lot of damage, but we can get around it with Wish once we're already set up. For example, if we're at +6 and the Manectric goes for Volt Switch and crits, we can preemptively go for a Wish, and then it'll crit. We'll take a lot of damage, but then it probably won't crit the next turn. We won't take much damage, and we'll be able to heal back. So we just got to be careful about when we Wish. So I think the fight should go pretty smoothly because of that. Anyways, let's just jump straight into the battle. Okay, we're ready to take on Surge. So yeah, like I said in the breakdown, basically the goal is to set up Cosmic Power a bunch of times and then just go for Stored Power and do good damage. And then if we need to, we have Draining Kiss for recovery. Like, especially on the Palma, that could be useful since it's weak to it. Okay, we'll outspeed this, and we just set up Cosmic Power. We have a Cherry Berry, which cures paralysis in case the Discharge does para. So yeah, let's just go for Cosmic. Discharge. Hopefully we get no crits this fight. That's the scariest part for sure. Okay, nice. Bellibolt. Okay, that's fine. We just Wish. Parabolic Charge. That does a good amount. But we are faster. I wonder if the no, we don't Drain Kiss because then we activate Electromorphosis. So we Cosmic. Hopefully we'll still have the terrain soon as well. Man, I wish we had Shell Armor or like an ability that blocks crits. That would be huge. Okay, Wish again. Cosmic Power. We're at +4. Okay, no crits. We're getting really lucky. This is so nerve-wracking. Almost back to full. I think we Cosmic. We want to get to +6 for sure. When is this terrain gonna end? Oh, it's terrain extender on the Pincurchin. I forgot. Okay. We are +5, so let's go to +6. Maybe the play was to Wish, just to be safe. Okay, we're getting really lucky. Terrain is gone though, that's huge. But the Pincurchin's still in the back, so... Okay, if this crits, we should be fine. Doesn't crit though. Okay, well, we're literally at +6, so we just stored power. That almost one-shots. We do make it have electromorphosis, but we shouldn't take too much. That actually does a lot. More than I was comfortable with, but no crit. Okay, we're almost back to full. We stored power again. And probably sends in Pincurchin to set up the terrain. No, Vikavolt. It's just gonna Volt Switch. So I guess maybe I just wish if it crits. Yeah, I think I wish. Mud Shot. Ooh, that's annoying. Maybe we should have just gone for Stored Power then. Bug Buzz. No crit. I'm kind of hoping that like the crits that are not relevant come like now, so we don't have to deal with them later. Ooh, okay. I think we just Drain Kiss. Okay, nice. Let's see what he goes into now. Palmot, okay. Do we wish here? Because like crit Thunder Punch. I think we Drain Kiss to break the sash. If it crits, we heal back some damage. And then we can go for Wish the next turn. Drain Punch. Oh, wow, okay. That's fine. Oh man, I wish these not very effective moves would crit. I'm really scared of like the Manectric critting at the end. Okay, we're back at full. Just Drain Kiss again. Manectric, there it is. We might one-shot this with Stored Power. Especially after the Draining Kiss chip. Oh wow, that does a ton of damage. Stored Power, I think. We're at full HP. It should Volt Switch. Or Charge Beam. Intimidate doesn't matter. It does go for Charge Beam. Well, I'm happy it came in late. It's because we're already at +6. If it came in when we were at like +1 or +2, it would have been really scary. Nice, Stored Power does it. Palmot, we just Drain Kiss, and even if he crits, we'll heal a lot back. We're getting lucky. I think we just win now. Nice. And Pincurchin. I don't know if we still outspeed, but this thing shouldn't do too much damage. Like we saw the discharge before we were at just +1, so. But just to be safe, I'll wish. Okay. Stored Power. Yeah, it doesn't one-shot. That's why I wanted to wish. Because if this crits, it doesn't. Wow. I'm surprised we didn't get crit. Really lucky, thankfully. Now we just Drain Kiss for the kill. Nice. That went really well. I'm really happy I figured out how to beat Surge. It was so difficult. Like his team is legit, you know, with a Mega Manectric, all of these Mons boosted by the electric terrain. It's definitely scary. But we were able to beat him. And now we get a bunch of evolutions, which is going to help so much with the future solos. So yeah, if you enjoyed this battle, definitely subscribe to the channel or leave a like on the video. It would really help out a ton. And yeah, so with that, I'm just going to end the episode and see you next time. Bye.